Well, welcome. Today I'm doing something patriotic. You can see with the flag behind me. Unfortunately, what happened is when I was checking my virtual backgrounds, this one is the only one that could work for today. So, the disclaimer: there's nothing much about the flag, except also that I'm patriotic, obviously. So today, we are going to talk about an interesting thing, an interesting prospect called lithium mining in Zimbabwe and opportunities in the value chain. Well, I've discovered that there's so many opportunities, obviously, in lithium, and part of the reasons why I say today I'm very patriotic is that I came across certain videos online that really got on top of my heart, and I then tried to wonder that if foreigners see such an opportunity to this magnitude, what about us, the Zimbabweans who are involved? What are the days of the prehistoric Africa where Africans didn't know pretty much what they were doing by then? So by then being left out in key booms or key periods of that time, like remember the Kimberley diamond rush and the Rhodes story, which is a story of another day. But today I've got an interesting video on lithium, the prospects of lithium in Zimbabwe and the value chain. Zimbabwe is sitting on a gold mine, but this time it's green gold, lithium, the white petroleum powering electric vehicles and renewable energy. Powering electric vehicles and renewable energy is in a massive demand worldwide. And Zimbabwe has some of the largest lithium reserves in Africa, if not the largest in the world or Africa. And what pains my heart is that you will discover countries like China, they are being said to be leaders in lithium and EV manufacturing. And in most cases, if you would check that top spot in regards to lithium, it's only coming from our country. Our production is not being recorded fairly, but obviously the Chinese are reaping the rewards from our country, which is something very painful, but there's nothing much one can do about it. Let me just discuss today about lithium and how we, the sons of the soil or daughters of the soil, can also benefit from this. But what I'm going to say, it requires quite a hands-on approach, an approach where people can clear their mindset and know that us also Zimbabweans, we can also do the same as what the foreigners or the Chinese do in our country. So let's go. More so, this is not only meant for Zimbabweans, but also for foreign direct investors who might want to venture into lithium. Even the Chinese themselves, they are really welcome to this. If you want to venture into lithium, into investment, maybe you are one of those guys who have a pile of money, who are sitting on a pile of inherited money or money that they got somewhere, and you have nothing to do with it. There is a very good prospect in regards to investing in lithium. Not only lithium, but the lithium value chain. But how can you get into this booming industry? Before I go any further, let me introduce this channel. Welcome, Panopa Madiri. This is Madiri Unfiltered, where we speak about entrepreneurship, where we speak about Madiri Arikuiti Samari. During that time, it's only that obviously I do quite a lot of things, so sometimes consistency is really on my toe. But Madiri are legit, Madiri are smooth. We speak about entrepreneurship, and I tried to come up with a lighter version of entrepreneurship, and obviously try to localize it. Ndiwo atinoti Madiri kuZimbabwe, ndiwo atinoti Madiri pashi patonas. That's entrepreneurship. So obviously I have this video about lithium. What triggered my curiosity into this lithium thing were videos such as this.
The second largest continent, Africa is home to 30% of the world's mineral reserves. It holds 40% of the world's gold and at least 90% of its chromium and platinum. It also has the largest reserves of cobalt, platinum, uranium, and diamonds. With the global demand for batteries rising and the search for new sources of energy, the world is reliant on minerals from African countries. But many African leaders are looking to reclaim control of the continent's resources.
We need to process our lithium and get value.
Lithium is a critical component found in electric vehicle batteries, and reserves have been discovered throughout the continent, with Zimbabwe, Namibia, Ghana, Democratic Republic of the Congo, and Mali all having notable supplies. Most automakers have announced a transition to electric, meaning the demand for batteries and the minerals in them is going to skyrocket. In 2021, the world mined 540,000 metric tons of lithium. By 2025, the demand is expected to triple to 1.5 million metric tons, and by 2030, 3 million metric tons. Zimbabwe has been mining lithium for 60 years, and the government estimates that its Chinese-owned Bikita mine, located 300 kilometers south of the capital, Harare, has about 11 million metric
From the BBC. And this one,
tons of lithium resources. In 2020, Zimbabwe was the sixth largest producer of lithium, and the country is expected to become one of the world's largest lithium exporters. CNBC explores Zimbabwe's mining sector to find out why China has a stronghold on the country and why it matters to the U.S.
Whoever comes to invest in the country must be told that, number one, you have come to Zimbabwe, respect the Zimbabwean people.
The world is changing and we need to get there. With or without us, Africa will move forward. Africa has other options.
Zimbabwe is rising step by step, brick by brick, and stone upon stone. No one can stop that movement.
Zimbabwe is home to over 60 different minerals, including all 5 of the critical minerals needed to build electric vehicle batteries: lithium, cobalt, manganese, nickel, and graphite.
also, in this one, you can see how foreign countries and foreigners see the opportunity in Zimbabwe. This gives hope, even though things are not working quite well during our time. But it gives hope that when tides turn, really we are on a good footing. If we utilize these resources such as lithium and gold, I have a video on how to start a gold mine. Please check it here. So if we utilize some of these, we can surely be millionaires, a country that happens millionaires in the world. But how can you get into this booming industry? From mining to processing, trading, and even recycling. This video breaks down how ordinary Zimbabweans can tap into the lithium value chain. Let's dive in. Lithium prices have skyrocketed because of the EV revolution. We all know Tesla and Taris and some of those vehicles. There's a boom in regards to EVs and electric vehicles. Zimbabwe holds over 11 million tons of lithium reserves, one of the largest in the world. Major mines like Bikita Mine, Acadia Lithium Project are already exporting, but there is room for local entrepreneurs to get involved. I've got a secret lithium place that I know. Please get in touch if you want to be involved in lithium. I will definitely help you. I've got a secret lithium place that I know that has been explored, but it's underinvested in Zimbabwe. The government now requires lithium to be processed locally if it's not just a mere talk before export, meaning more opportunities for Zimbabweans to add value. What does this mean? If it's not mere talk from the government, which I know could be mere talk, we have seen it, Zim Asset, they've heard things of Zim Asset. I still remember guys like Jonathan Moyo running with another thing which they called Zim Digital, and nothing came to fruition. So you really, if they speak something, you tend to wonder. But sometimes they get it. We have to give credit to where it's true. But what does it mean when lithium is being processed in the country? It means it can be processed. The first thing, obviously, is refining it. After mining the ore, refining it to become the pure lithium it is. That's the first thing, or the first value addition that happens in regards to lithium, separating it from rubbish to become the lithium concentrate. And that obviously gives people jobs in regards to mining, but not just everyone. Obviously, you have to be trained for that. And that leaves quite a lot, a good chunk and a good number of people. But anyway, still gives quite a lot of opportunity. Why is this really valuable? Because of the demand. You see, mining, unlike other trading, other stuff, mining, you have a sure buyer, especially most minerals. You know that you have a sure buyer. You know that you have a sure buyer because there is always demand in regards to mining, especially this boom. Let me go a bit further in trying to explain what this boom means. You see, previously or traditionally, we've known that oil used to power vehicles. Oil used to power vehicles, and in oil, we have things like gasoline, which is our local petrol, paraffin, and obviously jet fuel and other fuels. And oil, because of its use in regards to vehicles and machinery, countries that discovered oil benefited massively and benefit massively and are extremely wealthy. Take your Qatar, your Dubai, and your Arabic countries. And some of them also, unfortunately, it leads to war. Take your war, especially this boom in lithium.
Valuable rare earth. We want.
Rare earths, as Donald Trump says, rare earths, or rare earth. It leads to can invite quite unwelcome stuff. Can invite quite a. That's why the generals had to do this in Uganda. But anyway, it's not part of the story today. So how would you enter into the lithium value chain? Mining, you can also do a small scale mining. You know, mining is open in Zimbabwe. Anyone is free, according to the constitution of Zimbabwe. Anyone is free to prospect and to look for minerals and to even claim for a place to do minerals, to mine minerals. And mind you, the law also says you can even do it in someone's farm. Or in someone else's farm. For as long as you hold a prospecting license, you can do that. So if you have capital, you can apply for a mining claim through the Ministry of Mines. Small scale miners or you can then partner with investors and sell raw lithium to bigger processors. What you'll be doing is just to dig lithium, then take the ore to processors. Also, speaking big boy businesses, we can partner as businesses. I know you guys, some of you are accountants out there, some of you work in big companies, you are CFOs, you are doing quite well. Some of you are doctors outside, you are lawyers. You can partner with your local, with fellow Zimbabweans. What can only take us out of the quagmires we are in is if we unite together and fight poverty together. So we can partner and create a consortium, a company. That means capital will be raised from all your savings. We can then just raise a good amount of capital. Why I say investing in lithium is unlike investing in other businesses, because my dear research I said, why? Because you have a sure market. It's a fail-proof business. Let me say that you have a sure market. If you just negotiate the bureaucracy in Zimbabwe and set all your things in order, as guys in the diaspora, you can surely in 5 years' time you'll be smiling all to the way to the bank. The Ministry of Mines, get an environment impact assessment, partner with investors for machinery. Obviously, that's where the capital and consortiums need to take place. I think I have to do a video about how to create consortiums so that people can know vehicles that are very suitable to invest in Zimbabwe. That will be my next video. Lithium processing and beneficiation. Raw lithium sells for approximately 600 to 1,000 US dollars per ton, but processed lithium fetches up to 10,000 US dollars per ton. Zimbabwe now manages local processing, so setting up a crushing, sorting, or refining plant is a very huge opportunity. You can go on to just set a plant and decide not to mine the lithium, not to involve yourself in debt, and create a processing plant where lithium is in abundance. Small scale miners or Makokosa can just mine for you. You can buy it maybe $5 per wheelbarrow or something like that. Then, or depending with the pricing, obviously that will need groundwork. But that's another opportunity. Lithium ore sorting is one of the business ideas, or one of the sectors in the value chain. And washing plants, crushing and milling services, even also battery grade lithium production, where you can then create a plant that grades lithium to battery grade. One would say I don't have capital, or I can't maybe get involved in consortiums. I know some of you guys are connected. You can still trade lithium, connect with miners, with international buyers, and in commission. Get an export license from Zimra, build connections with the Chinese and the European, especially European buyers. They are so starved of the Zimbabwean market. They want to get into the Zimbabwean market. Use platforms like obviously TradeKey to connect to buyers, especially Europeans and people outside China. They might want to a broker that will enable them to buy the Zimbabwean lithium. Recycling and battery repurposing. Used lithium batteries can also be recycled into new ones. You can also start a phone battery manufacturing plant. This is a huge opportunity, guys. Let me tell you why. Because there is lithium in Zimbabwe. Just a phone battery or a battery manufacturing plant. You remember back in the days when you used to have the likes of Everready, which have crashed. You can start a phone battery manufacturing plant, and it's just that easy if you secure expertise in buying machinery in China. And the biggest prospect is big companies like Samsung. If you set up a nice professional plant, big companies like Samsung and Huawei can then subcontract you for their batteries. That's how they do. They don't manufacture themselves. They subcontract. And the thing is, we have the raw material and we have everything that it takes to create our own batteries, and even up to EV batteries. So lithium is Zimbabwe's next big economic driver, and you can be part of it, whether you're a miner, trader, or processor. The opportunities are endless. That's it, guys. The motivation of this video came. I hope I did justice. But don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. I know the channel among my video are next time. So don't hesitate to subscribe, because panotino share value valuable. If you want to advertise, get in touch with me. See you next time. What triggered my motivation was I saw that Europeans are indeed buying for our lithium, and there's a real scramble, while some of us are just sitting on our laps. So it's high time that we also identify and acknowledge that there's opportunity in the country. See you next time. Till next time. As my fellow broadcaster used to say, life is indeed but a shadow. 1 minute you are there, 1 moment you are there. Yes, so